Listen to the beetle. And the bird over there. Now listen, watch, listen. Other kinds of screaming now. As soon as I started walking up, they pushed their kids to swing. They didn't push them earlier. I guarantee you they weren't swinging like this the whole time I was there. It's torture. It's a ritual. So they're assassins, these people. Look, 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 look. They walk towards me now. They want me to look at them. Now I'm looking away. Listen to the noise they're going to make. Look where I'm looking. Listen to the noise. Listen. How their voice is going to get louder. I still hear talking. I got out of there because I hear talking. I come here, I hear talking. Now, let's go over there and hear more talking. So they put the people in the nicest area for me not to enjoy the lake. Now the birds. Why would a guy come up to such a beautiful place and not feel good? Look, cruiser siren, listen. And a car passes by. You hear the cruiser siren? So how can you go to the cops? Now somebody will come out of this house and start working on the yard. Or somebody in this car will go in and leave. Something will happen here within the next couple of minutes. Or they'll scream really loud from there. Look, while I was saying it, the kid screamed. You hear those kid screams? Look, keep looking. A dog came out, look, and cruiser sirens. They opened the door, they let him out. So guys, when you come to an area like this one, listen, listen. It's not just because to make no noise, the cruiser siren. It's because it's a particular kind of noise that really bugs certain elements in your system. It shakes you up differently than the kid screams and the birds. Even the dog comes and sits over here. So you see how it's a designed ritual? They get the real people out of the area and they do this to you. Now, if I had a house here or an apartment and I can go and sleep in it and avoid them, then they can't do this every day because I'll be arrested. I can just sit there for a month, the real people will come back. They can't keep the real people out of here forever. Do you need more proof about how I'm being ritualized? At least the dog didn't intentionally do this like the human beings, so-called. So now the guy will come out in a bit, pretend to grab his dog and bring him back to the house, which gives him an excuse to come out more than just popping out in my face as soon as I get here. So they're sneaky enough to get the animal to take the first shot, which looks non-threatening, not as threatening as the man coming out right away as soon as I sit here. Then they back it up with the man, pretending he's coming out to grab his dog. Oh, sorry. He'll talk loud and say, oh, sorry, he went out loose. Let me grab him. He just implemented more noise on you over there by pretending to apologize. That's how they do it, guys. That's how you get ritualized. We're not meant to listen to noise 24/7. So I came to this small town, which is 2 hours away from my home, to get peace. And they followed me here. Well, they preceded me and set it up before I got here because they have more money and they have my information tapped. No, noise is gonna go up. So we're gonna do an experiment today. I'm not gonna tell you what it is now because they're gonna know. We're gonna do it, and then you're gonna remember that I mentioned to you earlier that we're gonna do an experiment. I have 20 minutes left on this phone. I'm gonna delete more videos so we have a full hour to see the whole experiment. I'm gonna stop recording, and then as soon as the heavy noise starts, I'll record again. So guys, I walked out of there and stopped recording. Look how this environment's set up. As soon as I got here, this guy and this woman talked. He turned on his truck and he's moving it now. He's gonna drive out of there. I decided to go this way. I saw a car parked there. I decided to go this way. They can't put a car here. There's no house. Look what they put in this little space to evade noise. Some guy's using the lawnmower non-stop to create noise in this whole area. It's been like that for a while now. So I'm going to show you in every single little space that's set up in this whole area that I can relax. There's something there strategically put to prevent me from relaxing, whether it's an object or noise. If it's an object, if I do decide to sit there and ignore the object, I'll get it from the noise from this side. From a lawnmower from 1960. That's so loud. Now I get to a place where there's no noise. Airplane will come up. Or the boat turns on its motor, or a fast bike. Something, or a car will come by. Or somebody in the house will scream at his wife or shut the door. Keep looking at the Truman Show. The real life abuse of farming strong people so they're not a threat to power anymore. Of depleting them of their energy and vitality and youth. Over here there's nothing, but what the fuck am I gonna do over there? So we're gonna go on the move for a bit. I'm gonna prove to you how Truman Showish this is. It's not a real setting. The people who live in this area were evacuated. These people were contacted by an entity to come in here and take their positions. These positions were planned a while ago in case a targeted guy like me comes up here. How are they going to set it up? They talk to the real people in town that this may happen one day. When it does, you have to do it. Who wants to refuse? And if they refused, they threatened them in a covert way, or they did the necessary adjustments, paid them lots of money to make them do it. Prepared it, architected it, set it up, looked at all the places where they could stick objects. You have to study this. When the time was right, I came up here. They had enough time to bring in those people from a closer area than mine to precede me, come up here, take their positions, and wait for me to come here to apply them on me. In all the perfect strategic places, so I can never cower to any corner and relax for 2 minutes. And if I do find one, because they lack the know-how to put something there, or they don't have the right amount of manpower, they will come up with the plane or the police siren, or a guy will turn on a lawnmower from 1960 where you can hear the noise all the way here still. I could still hear that. This is how Truman Showish this is. It's a huge attack of noise and movement that will deplete you of every single ounce of energy that you have. It's human energy farming. Look at the chair stuck outside. As if the old man sat out here earlier in the morning and forgot the chair or didn't have the energy to put it back in. But it's an object stuck in your face as you pass by. Look, now they're going to start to move and pretend they're doing something. So I will decapitate my own head if these two people can prove to me that they live here. Come. How are you? Not bad. Sorry to bother you. Was it you I saw there earlier and I asked for directions? Oh, I saw somebody there and asked for directions. I'm just it's going to sound really weird to you, but an entity is targeting me and they're monitoring me through an illegal microchip that they put in my eye in 1997. Now, I've been going through this for a long time. I just woke up to it. So it's a really strange story. I can prove it. Now, what I did today, I live in Toronto. I go to further areas in order to escape the amount of covert ways of creating noise, movement, and sticking people in front of me everywhere I go in objects, even if I cower to a small city like this one, small town. So what happens is they have a certain crew that work within their realms. This crew lives in a closer area. They precede me to this area before I get here, and they take their perfect rightful positions to make sure every single place I go to, there's either people talking, moving, cars turning on when I get there, lawnmowers being turned on as soon as I get there. Kind of Truman Showish, but in real life.
Yeah.
Now, this is human energy farming. It's kind of ritualistic, attacking somebody with all these icicles of noise and elements of movement and everything. These rituals have been done for the longest time. This is more like mind and emotional energy farming rather than the usual slavery we had back in the days, the physical one. If I can go around and ask tenants, I will pay them $200 to prove to me that they live at that particular address. Do you think I can get one in this town that can prove that?
Yeah.
Was that a good question or what?
Yeah. Because I don't necessarily live here,
I know.
you know.
But my question wasn't to you. I'm respectful
Yes.
enough not to put you or squeeze you on the spot. At least, I respect my fellow human being. But someone in my situation, you seem like a more experienced, more intelligent woman or a person than me. What would you do in this situation? Would you concentrate on meeting the right ophthalmologist, which is going to make it impossible, to take out this microchip that they track me with everywhere I go and that they use to implement this ritualistic machine of noise?
Well, I can give you the name of an ophthalmologist. My very first time I saw her, which was about 2.5 weeks ago. She's in Barrie, though, not here.
She could be in Frankfurt. And if she could do this for me, I will adore you and I will become your slave for the rest of eternity because I am a bigger slave now.
Well, she is great because what she did was look into my eyes and say that I had some retina issues.
Okay.
And that I better see an ophthalmologist.
Okay.
So I saw one within 2 weeks, and she I saw her on a Tuesday, she operated on me on Friday. So
Do not excite me, please. I've been to like many countries. I will go anywhere and I will do whatever it takes. I will work for $1 a day if I had to pay for it.
Right.
To pay for it. I will go to the ends of the earth to take this thing out because I understand how the world functions. I understand how people in power want to maintain power. And I understand that the population needs to be controlled. I understand all these elements. But unfortunately for me, I was born into this, the Freemasonic entity. It has its members. I was an orphan. They took me in. I am the Truman Show, pretty much. I know there are other candidates, but targeted individuals. But this was done to me from birth. I woke up to this last year. I'm almost 44. It's a miracle that I've woken up because they had me sedated on opiates for over 16 years. It took a lot of effort for me to get rid of these things. I speak and write and read 4 languages. I'm an amazing webmaster. They won't allow me to do websites. They cancel them for me. If I want to go get a job, they have replaced the real people with their own people there, so they say no to me. I'm going, I'm like, I deserve a bit of life. I'm a civil person. I've been provoked on a daily basis for the last year, and I haven't touched somebody. I've taken in all those invisible poisonous needles and went home and just punched the walls. If you look at my apartment, you'll see it,
Yeah.
So when you say something to me like this, I would love to believe it and I will do whatever it takes. Please tell me what I need to do, and I appreciate every single second you spend listening to me.
She lives in Barrie.
Okay.
She's at a thing called Bayside ophthalmologist or whatever, and her name is Dr. Cynthia Warren.
Dr. Cynthia Warren and Barrie,
Yeah.
ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
The problem is these doctors will get threatened. not to do it, not to admit it.
Well, you know what? She will do all sorts of tests on your eyes. She will be fair with you. She will tell you whether there's anything there or not. If she sees it, she will tell you.
It's a video microscope. They can record the whole surgery. They have those nowadays. I looked it up, and I even have the how it's injected. It's a NASA website. That actually,
Yeah.
after I found out about it, they deleted the website. But I was smart enough to record a video of the
Yeah.
actual website, which explains how it's injected into the optical nerve and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's a legit thing, and I'm pretty sure it's the only way this could be done to me. So if this works out, I have to take down at least your name or give you my number for you to even call me in a couple of weeks to find out if it did, because I will have to repay you somehow, some way, in a way that you cannot be something that you cannot get in any other way. I will make it available
Yeah,
to you.
don't worry about it. Just the fact that I can refer you to her, um, she'll assess and she'll know whether there's something there. She was able to spy this, which is very unusual for an optometrist to be able to do.
That's
So I
good.
know she's good. So do you want her name?
Definitely the Cynthia.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, my battery's dying fast and I'm not able to record much for you. The city of Gravenhurst, Ontario was evacuated today, Monday, August the 5th, 2019, and it was replaced by the gang stalkers. All the stores are closed. All the citizens in the city got evacuated, and to abuse me here and not tell the citizens that they're abusing a Canadian citizen by kicking them out of their own city at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time they did that. I'm pretty sure it was around that time, because that's the time I decided to come here, around 5 a.m. And they kicked them out of the city and they replaced them with dogs on leashes and the doers for this evil place. Not one of the tenants in here, not one of the people in the houses actually live here. This is the town of Gravenhurst, Ontario. It's just north of Aurelia, about 30 kilometers, 35 kilometers north of Aurelia. Everything's closed. They put up all these flags. I don't know what excuse they gave. They did those just today. The flags, they put them here just to annoy me with the wind and movement, and now they're trying to annoy me with something else, distract me, but it's not gonna work. So all the stores are closed. It was replaced with this gang stalking machine that they're attached to my microchip, so they can annoy me and irritate me every time they pass by and stalk me. Everything's lockdown, the whole city. August 5th, 2019. I will upload this video for you guys as soon as I get home, because I can't charge my phone. They gave me a very bad charger on purpose at the store, so I don't get the chance to recharge it when I'm outside. It charges like 1% every hour. And these are the kind of creatures they brought into the city of Gravenhurst when they evacuated the whole city today at 6 a.m. They replaced the store owners, the people that work in the stores. Let me show you. I hope the video doesn't end. Let me show you. Hello. So these are the store workers that they replaced them with. I guarantee the pizza here in Gravenhurst on Muskoka Road and Royal Street. So they closed up all the stores, so I don't show the people of this area that their stores, the workers in their stores are not the workers that they know, because they're not. So they picked today, August the 5th, to do that. Close up all shops to make it look like it's closed. And just normal people hanging out here on vacation. There's nobody in the houses that I passed by. Everyone got evacuated. And they didn't put anybody in the stores. All the stores are closed. So I don't prove to them that the workers are going to take place inside the stores. They're going to pretend to work in there and apply satanic ritual on me when I come in with movement and noise. They closed up everything. Gravenhurst, Ontario. Everything's closed up. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna try to get us some. I can't even find out anything. There's nobody to ask. Most people that work in the stores don't know where this is, where that is. They don't really work there. They closed them all up. And they're gonna keep them away. That's the OPP. Look, OPP car. They're in on it too. It's a project that they're working on with CSIS, obviously. So they kicked the people out of here, out of this town, and they kept the stores closed. They didn't want to put people working in there in case I walk in and show the world the fake workers that replace the real workers in this town that work in these stores. Because these stores are occupied by one person, two people, three people that work in here. They're not like the city, Toronto, where they're sending 20 workers that go to the store, work at every store. They tell them, oh, it's this girl's shift today, it's that girl's shift, or don't come in, or whatever. So this is a far town from my house. It's like from Toronto. This is a good 200 kilometers. It took me about 2 hours to get here. And just to see what they would do to a small town when I come to it. How they would replace the workers. So they had everything closed. Because today it could be the kind of holiday where you're allowed to close if you want to. But in small towns, they don't close on this day. They don't. So they're gonna try to annoy me and irritate me as much as possible and not let me do this. Guys, I'm in the town of Gravenhurst. This is the stalking and the noise making from me everywhere I stopped. I stopped at that convenience store to charge the phone, and automatically they wanted to start to fix the tire. Now the worker at the convenience store is this Oriental guy with his wife, and I'm pretty sure those are not the real workers that work at this variety store. It's called PTIT and Brother Computers and Web Design, Gull Lake Variety. I don't even know if that's the real name of that store. Maybe they changed the sign too. I'm on Brock Street and here in Gravenhurst, Ontario, this town of maybe 10,000, 11,000 people. And I'm waiting for the bus to take it back home. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna get you some evidence, and we're gonna write a letter to the CSIS director that how could you evacuate all of Gravenhurst on August the 5th, 2019? What did you tell the citizens? If it wasn't CSIS that told the citizens of the city to evacuate when I came up here today, who was it? Who convinced Canadian citizens? Centennial Lane Drive. And there's the lake over there. Who convinced the citizens of Gravenhurst, Ontario to leave their homes? The whole town. There's nobody here. The stores are all closed and everything. Now today, it could be a holiday, so they're allowed to do that. That's not even, you picked a bad day to come up here. That's okay, it's too late now. Can't cry over spilled milk. But my letter to the CSIS director, because I called the commissioner, the ones that investigate CSIS in case they do any wrongdoings. And they told me you have to write a letter to the CSIS director and give him 30 days to reply. If he doesn't reply in 30 days, we will take action. So I'm gonna send the letter on tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. Well, more like afternoon. By the time I get home, it'll be 3 a.m. I'm gonna sleep and wake up. I gotta take the bus now, 3-4 hours. You guys know what these guys do to me inside the bus. So I came to Gravenhurst. I recorded videos earlier. I walked around the houses. I talked to 2 people. None of them live in them. There's no people living in their homes here. They've changed it a lot, put a lot of Canadian flags on the streets, digged holes into the ground. I'm pretty sure these flags didn't exist before I came up here. They got every single creature that lives in Gravenhurst, Ontario out of the city completely. Everything's closed in Gravenhurst. This is a town about 35-40 kilometers north of Orillia, Ontario, which is north of Barrie. So there's a lake. This is the entrance to Muskoka. They evacuated the whole city, the whole town, about 10,000 people. I'm not sure if they were all home, but there's got to be at least a couple thousand that were home. And I don't know where they sent them, what they told them to convince the whole town to leave. homes and people and everything, it has to be government. You can't just walk in there and tell them, I'll give you cash. You have to leave for a day or two, take everything with you. You can't come back to your own town until I tell you to. So it has to be government. It has to be people running in there with CSIS badges and telling these people it's government business. It's we're doing a project or whatever the hell they're doing. It's government business. We can't tell you what we're doing. We have to leave, and we'll notify you when you can come back, and we will provide you with accommodation and compensation for your trouble. So I get a school bus now on a frigging statutory holiday, civic holiday, August 5th, and there's nobody in it. It's about 8:30 p.m. now. It's about 8:05 p.m. on August the 5th, 2019. It's a Monday. So I'm pretty sure the way they get people out of a small town, the only way people are going to bite is if the intelligence agency in the city or the OPP or, somebody high up there convinces them that it's government business, we're government agents, it's something really important, you have to leave, and we will compensate you for it, and in the meantime we'll provide you with accommodation, and we will notify you when you can come back. This is what I came up with, because every city I go to, this is what I encounter: emptiness and stalked, and school buses and the same stuff they pick to do the ritual on me. These people over there, this van wasn't even there earlier. They brought it out. Now they're changing the tire. They're banging hard on it to make noise. The neighbor came out and looked. That's not the neighbor. This is supposed to be the guy who lives in that house. He came out of that house. I guarantee you in Gravenhurst, Ontario, this man does not live in that house. Guys, 90% of the houses are empty. There's no one in them in the whole town. I checked them. I checked a lot of them out. Maybe not all of them. And there's only a few people here and there. When I talk to them, they're not from here. They don't even live here, taking over those houses. You see in the video that that's before this one. So that's gonna be my letter to him. I mentioned about the airport, how they evacuated it on that particular day, August 1st, and the planes, when they landed, the people did not enter or exit the terminals, 1 or 3. They exited from a different place and entered from a different place, possibly a different area. Altogether, the planes landed and left. So I don't know, but I'm guessing here it's government business. They have to tell them, and to do that they have to show badges, government badges. So CSIS has to be in on it, at least in the front line, to convince the people to replace workers in the stores, to convince people to leave their towns, leave their homes, because I'm in a small town, and there's nobody in it that's real, obviously. Otherwise this charade of all these cars roaming around me 24/7 could not happen. Somebody sees it, they'll say, hey, what the hell's going on here? Why are they driving like this around this guy? So I'm not going to waste the battery in the minutes. I'll record some more in a bit. Hi, people of Gravenhurst. This is what happened to your town when you were kicked out of it on August the 5th, 2019. Some kind of baseball game over there. It's not a real baseball game. It's some sort of a ritual with cars hanging around me the whole time and people making a lot of noise and screaming. Any excuse to have every corner of your city pre-taken with people that they bring up here after they kick you out of your own city with an excuse of it's in a government emergency or whatever. It's a lie. They've done an experiment on a Canadian citizen, an illegal one. They microchipped him of mind control and brainwash, and he woke up. When he woke up, he's trying to find a way to come out of this fake world that they created for him. And every place he goes to, they evacuate it. So he doesn't have contact with real human beings. Only people that act weird and make noise. This is what they've done to your town the day they evacuated you from here. There was no emergency, whatever excuse they gave you. It's a bunch of people, an entity, a Freemasonic entity that do rituals on people. They come up here, they have me enslaved and surrounded with them wherever I go to keep doing these rituals on me, so they destroy me after I woke up. So if you watch this video, at least you know what happened when you were covertly kicked out of your own city and said, I don't know what they said to you to get you out of it. August 5th, 2019. So I come to the bathroom for a couple of minutes. Somebody will come in right now and follow me. They're all over me all day long. It's sort of a ritualistic. Watch my other videos on my YouTube channel. You'll find out everything.